Hello, this is Crypto CJ, and you may know me from my Trade of the Day videos, but today is going to be my Beurax update video. This one's going to be very different than the last few I've covered because on Thursday during the A-Team Beurax webinar, I got a chance to give my testimony or my Beurax story, so to speak, and how I've done in the company the last 2 months since I've been in it. So, as you know from my other videos, I love this company. I'm doing very well in it. I can report that just on my interest payments that I receive 5 days a week, I've more than doubled the income from my office job 15 months ago. So I'm obviously thrilled about that. I'm very flattered that Gary Wood of the Beurax A-Team asked me to speak during the webinar, and for that reason, what follows this short introduction is going to be that entire webinar. It's about 40 minutes, and then my part is towards the end of it, and then there's another lady from South Africa, Ella Marie, who's after me. The two of us give a short description of our experience with Beurax so far. So. And then I will leave at the end of that video a page that shows my email address and my web page. So I can tell you that my web page is www.passiveincomewithcj.com. You can email me at cryptocj13@gmail.com if you have any questions. And with no further ado, here is Thursday's webinar. I'll see you at the end. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you very much, and a warm welcome to all of you, particularly our guests on this call, taking a look at the Beurax opportunity. And it's something that passed my desk just about 3 or 4 months ago. And funny enough, first time round, I discarded it. I don't know why, just discarded it. And then would you believe an ex-bank manager put it back on my desk and says, hey, let's dig into this. Let's have a look around. And that's exactly what we did. We took a good look at this. And when we went to the website, we found this document at the very bottom. You'll find it yourself, and you can join for free, which is admirable. So if any of you want to hook up for free, get back to the person that shared this with you, log in for free, have a look around, get comfortable with what you see. But I'm just going to give you a tour of that to help you, to guide you through the website. You'll find a PDF at the bottom of the website. You'll also find a link to the trading. There's a link between the monitors on the trading right into this platform. I think it lags about 20 seconds, 40 seconds, so you can't copy their live trading, but there is a full transparency there in the results of the trading. They're trading 9 pairs that we've learned, and about 3 months ago, I mean, I haven't calculated it since, but they had about over $40 million in trading, which was quite remarkable. But on the website, you're going to find this PDF. And I like the big writing, but I don't like the small writing because I just can't read it. And I was a little bit put off by that. Why are they not making this bigger print? Why can we not see this? And I did notice on the left-hand side, it was telling us about this authorized capital of $75 million. And I was saying to myself, well, is this what they want me to see, this big number here? I want to look at the small print. So what we did is we blew it up. We had a good look at it, and we found that these guys have registered with ASIC, and ASIC is the Australian Securities and Investment Commission. And we were able to get the company name. We found out where their offices were. We had the minutes from their very first meeting. And then we decided, well, let's not accept this. Let's not take it for granted. Let's do some due diligence. Let's dig in a little bit deeper. So one of our clients, they contacted immediately the Australian government. They were put on to ASIC, which is the regulatory department looking after securities and these type of programs. And they were pointed to this website here. And again, you can take this a screenshot of this if you wish. Maybe write that down yourself. connectonline.asic.gov.au. And that will bring you to the page you see on the screen here. And even when I got here, ladies and gentlemen, I was looking around not knowing where to look. And I'm just going to guide you here. If you click select, and up will come the organization and business names. Just type in the company you're looking at, which is Beurax, and press the go button there, and you'll see if they're registered or not. And we were, if they had been declined registration, or if they were unregistered, it would actually tell you the status. So we were happy enough. We found that they were registered. They'd gone to the lengths of doing that, and we said, okay, well, we need more than that. Tell us more. We have their Australian company number, but down here we noticed it said information for purchase. And this is something I would highly recommend every single one of you to do. Don't take it for granted just because you were invited to this, or just because you saw this on the internet, or however you came across this project. Don't take it for granted. Please go down there, pay the government. I mean, they're there to look after their consumers. They're there to protect us. So it said here, the current and historical company information. We clicked this box. We paid $17, and lo and behold, we received the information we required. Now, this was done, you can see here, back on October 2020. So it is 3 or 4 months out of date, but that's fine. Do it today, and you'll get the exact same document sent to you. And it's nice to note that it is on the letterhead, or the letterhead of the government authority. It's the Australian Securities and Investment Commission. You'll get all the details you need there. But I was more keen to find out what part of Australia are they in. It happens to be the capital city, Canberra, so it's not the outback. So we can go visit them. But here's what we were wanting to find out. Were these shares what's called nominal shares? In other words, they made the number up, or are they actually fully paid shares? And we were quite impressed when we realized that there was 100,000 shares fully paid up at $750 each, which means 75 million was their fully paid up capital. And from that point of view, it gave us the confidence, I suppose, and whilst we're relying on this document from the government, it gives us the confidence that you would expect the government to check the owners out, maybe have a look at their passports. I'm sure the directors need to live in the country, so they would have residence documents, KYC, know your client paperwork. But again, if this number 75 million was thrown in front of you, I'd be asking questions. I'd say, well, where did all this come from? Or why are you starting a company when you've got so much money? What's this all about? And then when we went to the trading and calculated that there was at least 43 or 44 million in trading according to their monitor, we went, wow, these guys are pretty serious. But that wasn't enough, because no different than learning how to swim, you've got to get into the swimming pool. You've got to get into the water. You've got to test the temperature of the water. So we logged in, and I'm going to just show you what happens when you log in. I'm going to show you an account. It's one of their client accounts that you can have a look at. It'll give you a tour of the whole website, so you can do your own homework, make your own decision, and get started with Beurax. Now, first of all, I'm not anybody clever. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a CPA or an accountant. No, just this was put in my desk like it's on your desk today. I did my best to vet the figures we show, the numbers we show. I mean, whilst it's been exceptional for so many people on this presentation, we just can't guarantee future results. And that will be the same in any investment procedure. Don't rely on previous results. You will not actually, you can't really forecast the future. We don't know what tomorrow holds. But looking at what we're finding here, you get some kind of comfort when you see the kind of results. They're quite spectacular. And as it's free to join, well, why not try it? Why not dip your toe in the water? And so when somebody sends you a link to get started, it's not going to cost you anything to look. But I would ask you, please, to make sure that the referrer's username is populated here in your upliner when you're registering. So again, you put in some details, and off you go. And you'd also be required to maybe put in a digital wallet. Now, a digital wallet is something that would hold Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. You'll have a choice here. And there's also a couple of payment solutions like Perfect Money that you can add your card details, so that any commissions or revenue received, you can actually withdraw it from this company. So put in your details and also insert your wallet. Now, I had a question, and it was, well, do I need to show my passport and my KYC documents? And my understanding is, because you would have already done that on the exchange, it's not required here. You probably already have it on maybe a what do you call that? The Binance exchange, maybe for a digital wallet. They will do all the KYC over there, and it's not necessary on this particular website. And that makes things much faster and much easier. So I'm going to show you just a tour and what we found inside the website. The first thing we noticed was these 3 clocks at the top. I call them clocks. This would be a dollar clock. This would be a Bitcoin clock, and we call this an Ethereum clock. And all of them were zeros when you log in. And if you hit the replenish, let's call that a top up or replenish button, when you press that button, it offers you a wallet address. And this is your own wallet, it'll be for you. And anything that you send to that will appear here in these clocks. So in this case, the customer deposited 0.05 of a Bitcoin. And if you look at the bottom of the screen, you'll see in the bottom corner, this was back on the 23rd of October last year. So that's what you can do. And of course, nothing happens. It sits there doing nothing. And if you press the withdraw button, you can take it out again. So that was the first test, the replenishing the account and obviously withdrawing the account. And as long as it's here in the green, the salmon, or the purple, that's yours to take home. So you can put it in and take it straight out. And you're not going to make any money, of course, because it's not doing anything sitting in there. It's just your wallet. Now, if you want it to go to work for you, then you need to consider, well, over what time frame and what kind of results would you like to achieve? And in that respect, then you go and click make deposit, but you're now depositing into a variety of what we would call plans. And there's, you can see this one here. It's called the total return swaps. And on the left-hand side, there's 4, I suppose, categories. We've got the total return, the currency, the interest rate, and the commodity swaps. And you'll find those same tabs across the page here where my mouse is: total return, currency, interest, and commodity swap. So because the blue one's highlighted, that means that's the area you're in. So let's have a quick look at that. So you can see here, the first one we're looking at is in dollars USD, and that means getting started with just $20. I mean, that's very fair. I suppose worldwide anybody can participate with just a $20 plan. I think that's very honorable.
Can't hear.
One second, everybody. 1 second.
How we doing? Sorry about that. We had an interference. Gary, just should I say?
We're good to go.
I have a Zoom webinar room, not a meeting room, and the webinar room would protect you from people turning on their mics and cameras. So if this is a meeting room,
what's this, Daddy?
Yeah,
that's one thing. So somebody's got their mic on there. Mute all.
Done.
Yeah, you haven't muted.
I muted you as well, Hugh, so just unmute and keep going.
Hey, sorry about that, guys. So maybe you have a little bit of editing to do there, so I'll just start here.
Yep.
So what we're looking at here is the total return swaps, and you can see that you can get started with as little as $20. And I mean, that's very, very, very fair. It means worldwide, potentially, anybody can have a go here. It's not prohibitive. It's not going to put you out of house and home. It's not going to put an indentation on your family budget. So getting started with $20 is maybe a starting point for some people, up to $500. And the rewards here are 1.4%, and that's for a period of 15 days. And I will suggest that these are working days, or what I would call business days, Monday to Friday. The good news is as well, in addition to your daily profits, at the end of the 15 days with the final payment, that $20 or that $500 goes back into your wallet. So Very, very simple. It's 1.4% a day for a period of just 15 days. And at the end of the term, on the last payment, day 15, alongside your 1.4%, you'll get that $20 plus put back into your wallet here. Now, of course, some people have noticed 1.5%. Well, yeah, it's a little bit better, but that's for those of you that can contribute a little bit more. So if you can contribute between, say, $500 and $1,000, you get two advantages. Number one, you get that extra slice. It's now 1.5 versus 1.4, but also you get 5 additional days. Now that's 20 business days. You're looking 4 weeks down the track. And again, that would represent 30% in those 20 days. That's exceptional. You'll not get that in real estate. You'll not get that in the gold markets. But here in cryptocurrency, in these bull markets, when the world's talking about Bitcoin and when the world's talking about these digital assets, there are exciting things happening and great profits if you can get the right traders or the right technology to work the markets for you. You know, it's been said that if you're trying to trade yourself, that 90% of people will lose 90% of their money in the first 90 days. Do you know why? Well, because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know your way around the market. You don't know the ins and outs and the positions. And therefore, it's better to employ, let's call it an expert, somebody that has experience, somebody that knows what they're doing, and allow them to get on with that. And you can get on with life. And in this respect, I think these are very, very, I think they're great plans. 20% or 21% in 15 days or 30% in a month. I mean, guys, that's exceptional. There are better rewards, but then you need to consider larger contributions. So if we go to the next page here, you'll see still in dollars. So this is how you read it, USD. You can see you can get 1.6, but now you're looking at between $1,000 and $2,500 contribution. And again, look at this 40%. And how does this work out at 40%? It's very simple. You put into your calculator 1.6, you multiply it for 25 days. 25 times 1.6 is 40%. It's quite easy. And on the final day, you get your contribution back as well. So, for instance, let's say you put in $1,000 here, you'd get paid 1.6 for those 25 days. On the final day, you get that $1,000 added to your wallet, and of course, you can withdraw that. And the other good news is you can withdraw any day you wish. So if there's balance in your wallet, well, you can take that out, and that's pretty cool. We've also got 1.7%, but now we're looking for higher net worth individuals. And then the highest in the dollar category would be 1.8%. And that's for those of you that can contribute $5,000 or more. It's a 35-day plan. So it's very simple. You can see the percentages here in the big green bars. You can see the total calculations. You can see the term. The length of the contract is 25 days, 30 days. Everything is very easy to read, very simple to understand. Certainly, that's what I think anyway. Now, you can also now notice that we're now looking at BTC, and that would be the ticker tape for Bitcoin. Many of you are familiar with USD, would be dollar, EUR would be euro, GBP would be Great Britain pounds, BTC is Bitcoin, ETH is Ethereum. So it's very easy to see what category you're looking at here. And here we've got BTC, anything from half a Bitcoin up to 2 will get you a 30-day term at 1.5. I'll just go back a slide, guys, because I missed down here at the bottom. For those of you that have access to Bitcoin, it's 0.001 is a starting point, and that gets you 1.4 for 20 days. And again, you just go through, scroll through these, find a plan that suits you, something that suits your budget, something that suits your level of risk, something that suits your appetite, and see how that goes. Now, the second category is what's called currency swaps. These are certainly for higher net worth individuals. Not everybody can cope with these. There are quite a few clients that have opted for this. They're very, very good. Again, here you can see the minimum would be $10,000 up to $50,000, and this is a 3% daily for 90 days. So 3 nines is 27. You can see that would be 270%. Now, $10,000 in this case would turn into $27,000. So there would be only 17,000 profit in this case. In this plan, and you've got to read what each plan does, this does not give you the contribution back at the end. This gives you both along the journey. So you're getting your profit and your principal back every day, and that's how that one works. Again, for our Bitcoin community, we have some plans here in Bitcoin. Let's have a look at this. So with a minimum of Bitcoin up to 5 90-day plan, so that's just 3 months down the road, you're looking at 3.1% a day. And you can see that reflects here at 279. So 1 Bitcoin would be turned into 2.79 when it concludes its entire term. Again, for those of you interested in Ethereum, we can see here minimum of 25 Ethereum for this big plan. It's a heavy duty plan, 3.1% for those 90 days in Ethereum. And then the third category is what we call interest rate swaps. This is quite interesting, and you'll find this fluctuates. And that's because with the pandemic that we're involved in, the health pandemic is also, I call it a wealth pandemic. In these uncertain COVID times, it's having effect on currency. It's having effect on the markets. Maybe one country's opening while another closes. You're going to get interruption in transport. You're going to get interruption and fluctuations in currencies. And this is what's called a variable plan. And you'll notice here that on the screen, it's looking like 1.9. But that will, I've had 3 days in a row at 2.1. It fluctuates, and very, very hard to put a number on it, because based on 1.9, it's 85.5% in 45 days. But the essential thing to learn in this plan is a 45-day term. So the other ones we looked at were 90 days, and these are 45-day plans. And these are pretty cool. These are very, very good. People are very happy with these plans. And you can start with $1,000, getting into that, and 0.1 for the Bitcoin. Let's go to the final one. And again, this is not my favorite. And some people, the human greed has kicked in, and they've seen this 4.2, and they've automatically clicked the button because you can get in for $20. That's fine. And you're getting 4.2% a day. Yes, you are, for 200 days. But the challenge here, and I just want to make you aware, if you had commitments at the end of the month or you needed the money available, this plan wouldn't suit somebody that doesn't have cash flow, because it's actually tied up for the entire 200 days. And in that respect, I just want you to be very, very careful. If you have disposable or something sitting on the side, certainly this is a great plan, absolutely great. But I was very wary in the Christmas period there and the holiday season that people might need to get access to their money, and this plan doesn't suit them. And you can see it's a long-term plan. It's 200 days. I mean, you're looking over six months in this plan. But look here, 840%. So if you have that disposable, by all means. But again, you're the master of your own decisions. I just want to pinpoint what I've discovered. I'm just doing an open and fair examination of the site to give you some understanding of how these things work. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to look at the withdrawals. It's fine making contributions, but what about withdrawing? How does that all work? Well, very simple. If there's a balance at all in any of these three clocks, and you could be earning in dollars, Bitcoin, and Ethereum at the same time, I'll also say that if you contributed in Bitcoin, and let's say somebody in the team contributed in Ethereum, you'll still earn in Ethereum from their plan. You'll earn in Bitcoin in the Bitcoin community, and USD team, you'll earn dollars as well. So you could be accumulating all three clocks at the same time. In this example on the screen, there's 0.6. No, there's not. There's 0.06 of a Bitcoin in the wallet. And the client wanted to remove 0.05. They wanted to take most of it out. They left a little fraction, 0.01. That's fine. You can do what you wish. They pressed the withdraw button, and it duly landed in their wallet. This client, way back then, was pretty, well, they had 1.3 Bitcoin back then. You can see what's happened since October. That's worth a whole lot more today. But you can see the deposit coming in here on the 24th of October, 0.05, exactly the amount that they'd requested from the platform. And I just want to share some other additional withdrawals just to show the new people how it works. You can withdraw in Bitcoin, Ethereum. You can turn your dollars into Bitcoin if you wish. It's all done for you. On the right-hand side, you'll see the status of your withdrawal. If for any reason this is grayed out, it means the corporate team haven't got around to paying you. It might, I think the longest it might take is 12 hours. I don't think I've seen anybody but the fastest is probably 12 seconds. I've seen it as fast as that. It's incredible. And that's one thing that impresses me, certainly, is the detail on the website. Very impressed with that. I'm impressed with the reporting. It's phenomenal when you go through some of these tabs. The various reporting is amazing. And I'm also very impressed with the customer service department. Multiple language, they just seem to be, very often they're 24/7. Sometimes with COVID, I do believe a lot of the staff are working from home and in rotas. So sometimes, over the holiday periods there was a delay, but it's generally very, very fluid, and I hope a lot of the members on this community will agree with me on that. I was going to show you that there is that 0.05 withdrawal, and you can see that that was on the 23rd of October. Next day, 24th, this client took out 0.1 of a Bitcoin. The following day, they removed 2 Ethereums. 2 days later, they'd taken out $1,000. So there's a history of withdrawals, and you can see that for yourself there. Same client continuing here, was taking out payments nearly every day, the 7th, the 7th, the 9th, the 9th, the 10th, the 10th, 11, 11, 11. 2 and 3 withdrawals per day is not uncommon. 2 or 3 withdrawals a day is not uncommon with this platform. And you can see here, after just a couple of weeks, this client had $6,000, half a Bitcoin, and 3 Ethereum gone to their exterior wallet. So that shows you the inputs and the outputs from the system. Now, there is a category here when you go to what's called My Deposits. It tells you the various plans. By the way, guys, this is not my account. This is a customer account I'm looking at. This customer had 4 deposits, every one of them in operation. For instance, let's say they had 4 and one had run its term. Let's say he took out a 15-day plan and it had run its term. Then this would say total of 4, active 3. If a plan had matured, that's and then, of course, this would say 1 in that case, the closed deposits. It had completed its term, because these plans are most of them are very short term as far as I can see. But this particular client we're looking at, you can see that they put in a Bitcoin. Yeah, they tried a Bitcoin on day 1. Day 2, the 24th, they popped in another Bitcoin. The next day, the 25th, they put in 25 Ethereum. And this is now one of the most happiest customers on the planet right now. It tells you how many days are left in the term. So this obviously these were 3 90-day plans. So this account had been running 12 days. If it was a 90-day term and there's 78 days remaining, that tells you it's 12 days. You can also see here how much they had taken. So they'd put in 2 Bitcoin and 25 Ethereum. Here you can see they'd withdrawn 0.74, that's 3/4 of a Bitcoin, and they'd withdrawn 9 Ethereum. So after 12 days, this customer had taken 16,000 out of the system. The same customer, 8 days later, had taken out 18 days later. No, it was 8 days later, they'd taken out 31,000. Because you can see here, they put in 2 Bitcoin, 25.15 Ethereum. They'd then taken out 1.24 and 15 Ethereum. This is totally passive. It's the same client, 4 accounts. And the term, well, that one, there's 4 days left to run on that particular one. Same client again. The short 15-day term had finished. So he had 4 plans. 1 had expired, so totally paid. That's done. He's 1 done. But you can see here there's 59 days left out of 90 days. And this client had put in, had earned 50,000 in a month. And this is totally passive. This is not sharing this with anybody. This is not attending any events. This is simply getting your money to work for you rather than you working for your money. And this client's very, very happy, because I can tell you that, let's call that 2 Bitcoin, 1.92. Well, that's 80,000 today. And 24 Ethereum is 24,000. That's 100,000. So that 50,000 has subsequently turned into 100,000 because of the movement upwards in the bull run on Bitcoin and Ethereum. So these figures are correct at the time of calculation, which was back on the 8th of December, bottom right-hand side of your screen, 8th of December. So I want to be very open and transparent. It does say $50,000. That $50,000 is now $100,000 due to the movement of Bitcoin. And one thing is acquiring a digital asset, but when you can accumulate digital assets in this, I suppose, very difficult COVID times, I mean, this company seems to have so many happy customers. It's incredible, and long may it last. Now, there are two avenues you can select. You can select a passive route or an active route. Passive means you just do your own business. You don't have to share this with anyone. Active is for those that would like to share the idea with others, to build the community. And I want to show you some history of customer development. And again, this is just one client account, and very open and transparent here. You're going to have on your dashboard, you're going to have 5 clocks. The first clock tells you about any bonuses that you've received. The second one tells you how many partners or members in your team. If those partners are active or not, what that means is, let's say you can join for free. So let's say these two guys joined for free, but didn't decide to fund a plan. They decided to do nothing. Then this would be 2, and this would be 0. In this case, there was 2 clients, both funded an account, so it's 2-2. So you'll understand that as I go ahead. There is a ranking system. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And this tells you how many days you're with the company. So this is day 1. Day 2, you can see it's grown to 7 clients in total, of which 4 have funded. Day 3, it went to 38 clients. 14 had funded. Now, why is there a big gap here? What's the difference? Well, it's like anything in life. When you see something, you might register and then forget about it. Maybe the person that shared this with somebody didn't follow up the next day to see that, maybe they needed to wait for money to come in at the end of the month. There's a ton of reasons. Maybe they needed to acquire some cryptocurrency to get funded. So there's always a disparity between the 2 clocks. But this is the true facts. There were 38 partners registered, 14 had funded after 3 days with this particular client. Day 4, it had jumped to 68, and now you can see almost half of the partners are getting active accounts. And the other thing I'd just like to say is these 27 customers are making money every day. The other ones that didn't register, they're not making money. So you got to have an active plan to make money. So we now know that there's at least 27 people making money 5 days a week minimum. Day 5, something changed. So let's just go back. Just go back to day 4. Day 4, there were 68 partners, of which 27 had funded. 1 day later, it had jumped to 461, and almost half, more than half had funded. And there was something critical changed here, and I can tell you, I know exactly what it was. Two events occurred. Number 1, the document we showed you at the very beginning was received from the government, and that gave the community confidence that at least they'd registered. It was fully paid up shares of 75 million. It looked very, very serious. That was part 1. There was confidence. And part number 2 was we actually had a member of the community go to the offices, interview the owner, interviewed the CMO, and came away with a lot of confidence. In fact, did meet the owner on his way out and had a short 5 minutes with the CEO. So when we got those results, the community went, wow, this is pretty cool. And things started to change from this point forward. Day 6, it jumped to 600 clients, 388 had funded. Day 7 was 681 clients, 2/3 of them funded. And that was the first 7 days of this particular client's account. Now, we can see in terms of earnings that the client earned, $4,300. They also got a $3,000 bonus over here, which is not included in this clock. So you can see quite openly here, this client had received about $7,000 in the first 7 days. I don't know, is that typical or not typical? It's really down to you and your effort, what commitment, what skills you have. It's entirely up to you. But this is a live account just to share with the community our findings with a particular client account. Last week, we were able to get an update on that account. This is the same account, and you can see that there was day 75. So that was way back in day 7. We moved up to day 75 here. And again, we can see that the community had grown to almost 8,600 partners, 5,000 funded. And today, believe it or not, less than 1 hour ago, we got an update sent through there that this was nearly 10,000 accounts and, of course, 6,000 active. Now, the other thing I will say is that the withdrawal process, there are a variety of options for the client. And if you prefer to receive in Bitcoin, that's very possible. If you prefer Ethereum, that's possible as well. Litecoin, perfect money. And simply by adding into your account settings your preferred wallet address, these denominations will move towards that wallet anytime you withdraw. And we have people withdrawing every day. So there are a variety of options. There's also 2 card providers, Perfect Money and Payeer. So for those of you that are familiar with those processors, you can have your money go to a card, which now allows you to shop online or go to the ATM machine and use your rewards. Now, this was a gentleman that we interviewed, and I'm sure many of you on this call were on that interview. We interviewed Alex, and Alex kind of frightened us a little bit. We'd asked him what kind of effort had he put into the business, how was he getting on, and he was very willing to share this screen again. So this is not my account, this is Alex's account, and Alex showed us here that he'd taken out 3.3 Bitcoin on the 6th of November. So in our interview with Alex, we'd said, I mean, how can you get 3 Bitcoin? I mean, that's a lot of money. What is it you're doing to get this? And he says, well, the strange thing is, me and my partner had been on holidays for this last 2 weeks, and we hadn't been doing anything really. That's when we came back home and we opened our account. We couldn't believe that this was in it, and it's obviously from the efforts, not only from the trading efforts, but obviously from his team had continued to build the business, and he was impressed himself with this 3.3. And I questioned him. If any of you remember that, I said, Alex, how do you know this is not this is not manipulated? I mean, there's software out there, I forget what you call it, Photoshop or something like that. You can actually make this stuff up on the screen. And Alex says, no, give me a moment, please. And I give him a moment. I said, Alex, hello. Alex, and I said, has he gone? Has he left the building? Where's Alex? And he says, excuse me 1 minute. And he came back and he says, listen, I just want to show you this transaction. And you can see here it was 3.3749 Bitcoin, and that was at 8 a.m. I guess on the 6th of November. And he duly pulled up his Explorer, which is the blockchain. It's totally transparent. You will see the exact same amount, 3.3749. Let's double check. 3.3749, that is correct. Let's check the date. Check the date here was on the 6th of November. Let's go back and check the date. Sorry, where is the date? Oh, I've gone too far back. 6th of November. That was at 8 o'clock in the morning. You can see it's not grayed out. And within 2 hours, 10 a.m., it was duly received. And at that stage, 3.3 Bitcoin was 53,000. Well, we know as it's heading towards $40,000 a coin, that's now $120,000. But at that point in time, recorded, we can see on the blockchain, we've got the hash code, we've everything here, and we went, wow, Alex, that's amazing. And we asked him, what does he do for a living? He said he worked, from memory now, in the medical industry. He worked supplying equipment. Can't remember how he put it, but I think he said he worked in the medical industry, going round. Was it medical? Yes, it was definitely medical. This was before Christmas. We did the interview. But then on the 4th of January, he came back to us, and that was like 2 weeks nearly since we did the first interview. He came back and he says, "Hey guys, I've just got 7 Bitcoins." And we thought in total he got 7 Bitcoins. He says, "No, that's come in today, and I've just withdrawn it." And I says, "This is ridiculous. 7 Bitcoins." And at that stage, 7 Bitcoins was like, I can show you, it was 135,000. But 7 Bitcoins today is 280,000. But anyway, you can't actually tell lies on this system. Would you believe it? I mean, you can't make this stuff up because everything cross-references. We can see the total Bitcoin Alex had got was 13. Well, that's the 7 and the 3. We can see 10 of them, and I'm sure all these other fractions make up that. He got 12 Ethereum. He got $13,000. I mean, the guy's, should I say he's in heaven? I don't know what he is, but it's just amazing. And again, I didn't have to ask him to prove it this time, but he went ahead and showed me that this transaction of 7 Bitcoins, totally confirmed on the blockchain on the 4th of December. Let's go back. 4th of December, 9:46. 4th of December, 11:45. You understand that The blockchain can take several minutes to actually, you probably can't get any transaction faster than 10 minutes in Bitcoin because the 10-minute blocks. But you can see here he was duly paid, and we were duly satisfied that this was something pretty serious, you know. So the next thing I want to talk about is the compensation plan. And again, we had a look at it, and I said, is that it? Is that it? I just see a whole lot of numbers. What do you mean? Where's the comp plan? He said, that's it. I says, 1 page. He said, yep, that's it. And I went, right. Okay, how does it work? Very simple. When you register and you activate a plan, you get your first promotion, and you're called a silver consultant. I said, okay, you get a title. What else do you get? Well, if you refer business to this company, and that's something you want to be sure of, guys. Don't let anybody take money off you. Don't let your friend, your neighbor take money from you. Send them directly to do their business with the company. You see, I assume that Beurax are licensed and accredited to trade on your behalf, but not your friend or neighbor or somebody refers you to this. So do your business directly with the platform. Don't give your friend any money to put this in for you. Please don't do that. You're not allowed to sell securities. You're not allowed to promote investments and all that kind of stuff. So do the business correctly. You can refer them to the website. Let that customer make their own decision directly with the platform. So again, if you did that and you referred someone to the company is licensed to do the business with the individual, and you're going to get a reward of 6% on the plan. And that's normal. I mean, if you promote television programs, you promote radio, you promote hotel destinations, you promote satellite companies, TV companies, you promote. A lot of businesses are now offering bonuses for bringing them business, and this is just a referral plan. You referred somebody to the company. They set up the account with the company directly, and you get a little reward for it. That's how it works. It's very, very, very simple. You get 6% on any direct commissions. Level 2 is 3%, then it drops to 1%, and there's a variety of smaller ones. I didn't even look at these. And then when there's $10,000 of total contribution in your business, you get a promotion to gold consultant, and then any additional recommendations you do, you're going to get 7% on their plan, 3% on the second generation, and 1%. And then when there's $30,000, something else happens. Two things happen. You get the pay rise. Yep, you get 842. That's a big pay rise. But more importantly, you get a $1,000 bonus added to your wallet. Now, please remember, when you get this bonus, just go to the customer support and put in a little claim for it. You put in a little claim, just say, hey, I've achieved my Diamond Consultant bonus. My email address is abc@gmail.com. And you submit that, and the customer support team will credit that. So that's how these bonuses work. You qualify for them, and then you ask for them because it's not automated. The rest of them are all automated. This is a physical where they go in and check your account. They make sure, they double check the numbers, say, yep, that looks good. There you go. There's your prize. So these are leadership bonuses. When you get to Silver Manager, that's $60,000 of total contribution in your community. You get a $2,000 bonus, and then you move up to 9%. And as you can see, we've clients on this call who have just achieved the $3 million Silver Director. Congratulations to James. Phenomenal work. He's got a $50,000 bonus today, and he's now getting 12,832. Just absolutely remarkable, guys. So there's something here for everyone, whether you want to be passive or active. It's entirely up to you. I'm just going to finish with this, if you don't mind, Gary. For those of you, this is just hypothetical. If you had Bitcoin, there is a Bitcoin plan in there at 3.1%. And you might remember that one of the clients we shared, you put in a Bitcoin the first day, they put in a Bitcoin the second day. Well, they've still loads of days to go, but the good thing is you're taking your principal and your profit out at the same time every day. So actually, in 17 days, you've got half the Bitcoin back. Yeah. In 33 days, you've got all of your Bitcoin back plus a little. So it's just 33 days before you have all your money back, because you can withdraw every day. So even though it's a 90-day plan, you have all your money back in 33 days. After 65 days, you've got 2 Bitcoins. So one becomes 2. And after 90 days, 1 Bitcoin becomes 2.79 Bitcoin. So this is just it's a table on an Excel spreadsheet. It's calculated the 3.1% daily, and after 90 business working days, you've got 2.79 Bitcoin. And again, for the Ethereum people, 25 Ethereum would be the minimum in this particular plan. So that's just a little run around how that all works. So that's it from me. Just a little tour guide of what you're going to find inside there. Whatever decision you come to, remember, it is your own. Please do seek maybe professional advice. And I wish you every success with your decision. Thank you very much, Gary. Back to you.
Thanks, buddy. Okay, I've got a couple people I'd love to have say a few words. Every week we try to get some new people on that have had great success with Beurax. And the first one I'm going to unmute is CJ. Let's see there. I've asked you to, there you go. Can you hear me, buddy?
I hear you fine, Gary.
Great.
How do you hear me?
Sounds really great. You're having an unbelievable amount of success. Really proud of you. So tell us what your experience has been so far.
It's been life-changing. I mean, I've never had any success in any online marketing business, and I've been trying for 3 years. I did have some success trading cryptocurrency, and that's really what put me in touch with Jeremy Barnett, who I know you know very well. And Jeremy shared this with me, and I sold some unproductive positions, put together 0.1 Bitcoin, came in small just to test it. It worked perfectly. What I like about this company is it does exactly what it says it's going to do, which I had never encountered before in any kind of online business. So I have a YouTube channel where I share with how I trade crypto, and I built a small email list off that, about 30 or 40 people. And after I had some initial success just with a small deposit, I shared my results with my group, and 3 people came in. One came in really big with about 6 or 7 Bitcoin at the time. So that catapulted me pretty quickly up into the sales levels that you just explained with commissions and bonuses. And some of those I took out, and most of them I just flipped back into additional deposits. At this point, I've got 15 going. I'm making passively $600 to $700 a day, and it's I can't say enough about this business. I'm just loving it.
You're sure doing fantastic. We're happy. I'm sure your person that put in the 7 Bitcoins is quite happy, probably blowing your phone.
Yeah, he's doing really well with his passive income.
Super. Well, hey, we appreciate you jumping on for a minute. Talk to you again soon. Let me get one more person on here from South Africa, and that is El Marie. Let me see if I can unmute her. El Marie, you there?
Yeah.
Hey, I love that accent. You're in South Africa, correct?
All the way from South Africa, Cape Town, yeah.
Sweet. Well, tell us your experience. So you're doing obviously really well. We're proud of you too.
Hey, Gary, it's been life-changing, hey? With the team, we've got from the small investors right up to the big investors, they're smiling because the small guys are thinking, wow, this is like daily payments, daily accruals, and they're seeing the results. The big investors are all of a sudden guys that have been in the trading industry. They're saying this they love. And I mean, Bitcoin together with Beurax is doing great. I mean, the South Africans with Bitcoin started a couple of weeks ago with 270,000, 300,000 to the rand. Today, Bitcoin is standing up 620,000 to the rand 2 months later. So it's Bitcoin, South Africans, Beurax, they're loving it, absolutely loving it. And it's easy to use. It's easy to use, easy to explain to the people, easy to get it across to the guys. And it's, the daily, it's small investments, big investments, the people are loving it.
Right. Well, I appreciate you. Isn't it like 3 a.m. there?
It's 10 p.m., 11 p.m. in the evening.
Okay, I can't keep track with people from everywhere. Anyway, we're really happy you were able to jump on. I appreciate it. Nice to talk to you again, and get some rest. Actually, don't get to rest, get to work. So What can I say, right?
You're 24/7. Thanks, Gary.
Thanks very much, Elmarie. Okay, everybody. So obviously, get back to the person that invited you to this call. We're going to post this webinar shortly in the Telegram room. If you need any help, we are here to help, and we're excited for all of you that are here, and the future is very bright. You know, with the new year, as we started this last November through the holidays, this has just changed so many people's lives. So we're extremely happy and excited that you're all with us. So we will talk to all of you very soon. My buddy from across the bay, thank you again for participating and doing such a great presentation. I want to sign up every time you do that again, but we'll talk to everybody very soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.